Lane Kiffin to LSU officially finalized. The coaching carousel is now in full swing. Ton of news yesterday, ton of news early on today. Here's everything you need to know. Starting right where we left off in Oxford, they didn't spend much time licking their wounds. They named Pete Golding, their current defensive coordinator, as their new permanent head coach. This is not an interim position. He is taking over the entire operation, and I think this is a smart move. He's got strong ties to recruiting and the current players and was able to hold a lot of their staff together, at least for now. Broke last night, but if you missed it, Kentucky officially moved on from Mark Stoops after 13 seasons. He's owed nearly $38 million in a buyout, but has said he's willing to negotiate the terms of that so it can be paid over a number of years. Somebody who definitely elevated the Kentucky program, but just didn't seem well adapted to the NIL era, and it was time for a change. This one surprised me. Pat Fitzgerald is apparently the top target for Michigan State, and I just cannot get down with this decision. Pat Fitzgerald was fired in the midst of a hazing scandal in 2023, and while it was ultimately determined he wasn't 100% aware of what was going on, how you could put someone back in charge of a program when they were so negligent in operating it at Northwestern is beyond me. Bob Chesney, current head coach at James Madison, has agreed with UCLA to become their next head coach. He's also agreed to a deal with both schools that he'll continue coaching at James Madison as long as their run continues. So if they win the Sun Belt and Duke wins the ACC, they'd almost certainly make the college football playoff, and he would see that through. Stanford announced Pritchard is going to be taking over as their next head coach. It kind of makes sense given the path the team is heading down with Andrew Luck as general manager and now Pritchard as head coach. They're really betting on their past in a lot of ways, but I also don't love the hire. He doesn't have any experience running a program in the NIL era or even coaching at the college level in the NIL era, and he's never been a head coach. And following the rumor mill, Josh Heupel to Penn State's been circulating heavily, but Heupel himself shut that down. He told On3's Chris Lowe that he is not a candidate for the role and that he wouldn't want to take it because he wouldn't want low expectations, saying that's something he really enjoys about Tennessee is the expectations are very high and they'll win big. I think this is kind of a ridiculous shot to take at Penn State, though, who just fired one of the more decorated coaches in their history just because their expectations are very high.